Last on the list, critically important, is the resume. It's on the last item for a reason. I'm trying to drive home this message that your resume is your least important job search tool. It's critically important, yes, but I would put it as number 10. Because, look, if you're going to be spending 90% of your time networking, which you will, and 10% of your time, let's say, interviewing or applying for positions, think about the tools, right? The resume is going to be used this much. Everything else is going to be used this much for the networking. Another word for job search is networking. Networking is job search and vice versa. So we have to get out of this mindset where you're relying exclusively on your resume. I'm fairly conservative on the subject of resumes. I don't believe in fancy, crazy-looking resumes that are supposed to grab attention. You know, I don't like pink paper, and I don't like crazy type fonts, and I don't like goofy illustrations on the paper. I don't like large sheets that are 72 inches wide. I like regular, old-fashioned resumes. I like them when the words speak for themselves, not the gimmicks of them. I don't like gimmicks. Concentrate on the words. Concentrate on the message. Have a clean, simple layout that's easy for the eye to follow. Keep it fairly simple and conservative. You know, you all are in business. These are business careers. Now, granted, if you're an illustrator or an artist, fine, you can have some crazy kind of resume. But if you're in business, keep it simple, keep it straightforward, and keep it very conservative. These resumes work. They get results. They're simple in their layout, but they're very compelling in their content. They get results year after year after year, and they work. The first section is the career summary. Sort of like your positioning statement, sort of like the first paragraph in your bio. Then we get into the chronology of your professional work experience. You'll notice that every job has at least two distinct sections. Every job has a paragraph which describes the overall roles and responsibilities of the position. In other words, whether you have the position or I have the position, it's the same position, same expectations, same basic responsibilities. That's what the paragraph is. Under that, you will see some indented bullet items. Those are what? Achievements. Achievements and accomplishments, exactly. So when you were in that job, what are the accomplishments about which you feel most proud? That's where you put the bulleted results. They come right out of your accomplishment stories. Same with Biddle Healthcare, same with the next page, Connex Corporation. You see, it's very consistent. The layout is very consistent and very easy to follow, isn't it?
Yes.
It's very action-oriented. Every sentence begins with a strong action verb. It's you in the driver's seat. It's you producing positive results for the employer over and over and over again. At the very bottom, they have the education, and in this particular case, they added a section called professional development. Now, after you get past the education section, you have some options. There are optional sections you can put after education. One of them, as you see right here, is professional development. Some other options include volunteer work, related experience, military, publications and presentations, achievements and awards, associations, etc. It just depends on your background. What makes sense for you is up to your background. Use what's appropriate for your case. You could have 3 extra sections after education. You could have 5 extra sections after education. But most people tend to have 1, maybe 2. Try to stick to 2 pages in general. However, for people who are very, very experienced and have a lot to say, we have often done 3-page resumes for them when it's warranted, when it's appropriate. But for most people, it's a 2-page resume. Now, you brought up something interesting. Let's say you have 50 articles you've published, right? Let's say you've taken 112 certifications. Then we create something called a resume addendum, which is a separate sheet. It's not stapled to the resume. And when they say, well, what are all your presentations you've done in your industry? You can say, well, here, I have a sheet of all my presentations. It's an addendum. It's separate, and it's only used when they ask for it.